I always like to talk about the Holocaust, which was one of the greatest catastrophes in human history. I don't care about the numbers, whether it's 100,000 or whether it's 6 million. The point is, a number of human beings were treated in a specific way by a bunch of people, another group of people, who thought them to be below humanity or not human enough for them to be treated like that. For example, they saw the Jewish people as some sort of subhuman species. And that's why we saw the images of rib cages, of children, men standing behind barbed wires.
As if they're animals.
As if they're animals and they're confined in small spaces and they're gassed. Worse things are happening in. This is what really baffles me, that how can any human being, any professor, any academic, any politician, any journalist mention the Holocaust with a straight face and not talk about what's happening in, which is worse in. There are worse things happening. There is a magnitude of oppression in which surpasses what the Nazis were doing to the Jewish people. And I am saying this with utmost responsibility. We can sit down and talk about the details. For example, some people will come and say, oh, no. There is no gas chamber. Yes, there is something worse than a gas chamber. We call it a crumbled building. When you bring down a building on top of children and women who get buried alive and they remain alive for days to come. When Jewish people were put into the gas chambers, they died soon after. They didn't live very long to suffer inside the gas chamber I'm talking about. But here you have buildings crumbling on top of women and children and elderly, and they remain alive for days to come, and they cannot be pulled out of the rubble. And they die slow death, slow painful death. I say this is worse than what happened. I mean, we can't say one is bad enough and the other one is. I'm saying things happening in. How are they any less in severity and magnitude than what happened?
This is the point, and I think the main thing you're trying to get to is the entire world, their view on the is a specific view, justified, and it should be that.
And they have memorials, rightly so, but it's happening right now.
Exactly.
The regime and the propagandists have an audacity to claim the for themselves. Because, and they are committing a Holocaust right now as we speak. It's like Genghis Khan claiming to be the very people he's. It's like Genghis Khan comes out today and says, I'm the one being, but he's the one who's conducting a of people from China all the way to Syria. So this is exactly what's happening. These are some of the most evil people on the planet who are doing the and at the same time claiming to be the victims. This is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable level of gaslighting.